Hello and welcome to the Spark Rescreened LLC Late Model Tour. We are live from Kern County Speedway, Kevin Harvick's Kern County Speedway in Bakersfield, California, for race number 2 of season 3 here. I'm joined in the booth tonight by a newcomer, Justin Wilson, and everybody's favorite commentary, Chase Barry. You guys, you both raced in this series before. What do you think coming here to the High Banks, big track like this? What do you see tonight?
Well, Johnny, I'll take liberty to go first on this one. I see high banks, real fast speeds. Not a lot of revving out at the end of straightaways. I think this track's gonna be really fast. What about you, Justin?
Honestly, and again, thank you for the welcome. I'm honestly looking forward to seeing the side-by-side racing. Usually Kern brings on some good side-by-side, different kind of lines you can run with the progressive banking. And these guys are going to be leaning on each other in these late models. So I'm looking forward to the good side-by-side racing.
Oh yeah, that they will. They proved that last week, but yeah, it should be maybe a little bit bigger track, maybe some less incidents, right? Maybe it won't be as chaotic as last week, but they're still going to be at each other's throats, right? That's the nature of these cars, and hopefully it puts on a good show for us here tonight. So we're going to move in, right? We got the points from last week, right? We're going to go up with that. We got, obviously, Justin Brooks was able to work his way through the field there after the invert, capturing the win, came home with the most points, most bonus points. So he's got a, looks like 7-point lead over RJ Williams, who also had a very eventful night. And David Hill brought him third, right? He's right there for RJ. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be hard to beat Brooks, right? Anywhere we go, but with that invert, like, man, those 3 bonus points, that's worth going after. It's not, you don't really want to game the invert too much, as we've seen in the past. So you think we'll see him, try to sandbag it, or do you think we'll, see guys going after the pole?
Well,
I mean, I speaking from just race car driver standpoint, everybody wants the pole. I guarantee he's going to go for it. Those bonus points are a big deal. And then knowing Brooks and how fast he is, I mean, I'm not saying it'd be easy for him to get to the front, but I know he can do it.
yeah, I agree with you, Justin. I think Brooks will just, go for the pole since he's quick enough, and he's really, goes to the field pretty methodically, and when he does start back there, able to set up passes, get to the front when he's, going. I think for the guys who, who aren't as quick, I think they'll, just chill out. I mean, get the best starting spot because, at the end of the day, they still got the heats to set the, the lineup to finish out the qualifying and make the field.
Yeah, so you brought it up right there, and we have about a minute and a half until qualifying, but it's perfect time to get into the format for tonight. So, yeah, we're going to have a 5-minute qualifying here in just a few minutes. Top 14 make the feature. Top 10 are inverted in the feature. So, pole winner starts 10th. He has his work cut out for him to kind of cut through the field and avoid the chaos. But, yeah, and then after the qualifying, there's going to be 2 10-lap heats. It could be more if we have enough cars. I'm not sure what the count is right now, but yeah, with the top 5 making the feature from each heat. Then we got 100 laps on deck here tonight. 24 cars obviously making the feature, and yeah, it should be a good show, right? I mean, these guys we've had some rough races, but I mean, a lot of these guys have been racing together so long. Like, there's a lot of respect and everything. So hopefully we see that tonight.
Yeah, I did the count, and I think there's 30 guys that have showed up so far, around there. So I think this field's pretty stacked.
Yeah, unfortunately, a few guys are going to be going home, right? It it sucks, but that's a short track racing, right? That's how it is in real life, and that's how it's going to be here tonight. We have a consolation race that Nathan Gentry is hosting for anybody that doesn't make the feature, but
It's nice of him.
Yeah, it is, man. You know, like I said, it gives everybody a chance to race for something, even though they don't make the field. I know we got the 24 that are going to be making it in. So I'm actually excited about this, man. This is going to be good. I'm just curious to see what lines these guys are going to start running, because I believe from our last season, they were a few drivers were down on the apron in 3 and 4. So I'm curious if they use that during the daytime. I know they do during the night.
yes, sir.
I'd
yeah, it's very
Never
possible.
been to Kern.
Man, so my memory could be a little clouded here, but I thought we ran like a lane up the last time, but maybe that was later on once the tires wore off a little bit. But I don't know. we're
Well,
gonna see,
I mean,
though.
yeah, you're definitely going to see. I mean, like I said, it's the progressive banking, you know, and it depends on how well these guys take care of their tires. I know the late model, from my experience in iRacing, you know, they don't tend to wear off as fast, but if you really abuse them at the end of that race, you'll know it'll be too late to save it. But I know that running the bottom is an option, you know, bringing it heavy down in there, late braking, and then you also have your kind of arcing method, kind of like when you go in the center of the corner and bring it back down. Both lanes equally as fast to each other, so it's going to be definitely curious to see as they're starting qualifying here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're saying I know these guys go out there, man. They try to get every little bit they can come out of the pits, and they're swerving back and forth. We just saw James Parker doing that. Yeah, it's very, I guess it's heat sensitive. You want to have a little heat in the tires, but not too much, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, I really think you want to really get those front brakes, or those front tires warmed up really well, because I mean, that's where your grip is, and these guys are going to be sending it. I mean, I guarantee you they're almost wide open all the way around here with these colder tires. So curious to see. I know Brooks is just heading out onto the track, so we'll see how he does.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go out on a limb,
Watch,
Justin.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I think he gets pole.
Well, we'll see. I mean, RJ put a pretty quick time down so far, so let's see.
Yeah, so I'm having trouble pulling up the cars that are on track. So we are, I think it's
Doing
good
this
time
radio style.
to go into our little intro. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll be back on the other end in about a minute and a half, and we'll go through the grid and get everybody ready for the feature.
Top of the board.
The heat races. I'm sorry. Yeah, the heat races. So.
Justin Brooks. Hi, I'm a smoker and I can't.
Welcome
Shut up.
back, everybody. So, yeah, so far in qualifying, it looks like we got Justin Brooks, R.J. Williams, David Hill. Yeah, so we're getting ready to go into the heats. So, is this just going to be one heat, or?
No, it's 2. It's set up for 2, 9 cars
Yep.
in each heat.
Oh, really?
Yep. Oh, in the first heat, we got Matthew C, Aiden Neese, Day G,
Oh my
James
goodness.
Danforth, Will Cameron, Dave Stinson, Justin Schneck, Garrett Lane, and William Bill Lyman. And,
Absolutely, yeah. We're going to scroll through that here.
and our race control is Sam Stoner.
Yeah,
Give a
you
shout
can
out
never
to-
count Sam, right? But
Yeah, we give him a shout out. You know, he shows up and does the hard work.
yeah, so once again, I'm having some issues here. We got trying to get one of these cameras to work. There we go. Yeah, so I believe it is Matthew Kurikoff?
Matthew C.
Matthew C. Yeah, we're going to have 2 pace laps here. With Matthew C. inside of Aiden Neese. Obviously, the top 5 is going to make the feature here. So right now, the one you want to look at is William Cameron.
I'm not gonna get. I'm gonna give a shout out to the 6. His car reminds you of the old Ward Burton / Win Dixie car. That back in the day. I like it. I like the little throwback vibe it's got to it.
Yeah, I do believe it is based off of a Ward Burton car. Probably when it was still a Pontiac, right? I'm not sure, but
Could be a Dodge.
it's definitely not the Dodge.
That's got one.
All right, well, pace cars zipping in. Let's get this heat race underway. So coming out of here 4, and the green flag is out. Oh, they're stacking it up. 3 wide already. Oh no!
Hey, he saves
They
it.
collected it. Looks like Danforth and this Dave Simpson there kind of got into it, but that kind of got to his outside on that restart. They collected it and keep going.
Yeah, that puts Justin Shink, the 7-1 car in a transfer spot right now
Who's
as
that? Somebody just lost him off the corner.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We're definitely watching this battle for 5th. I mean, he's kind of has it in the bag right now, but Danforth, he's making his hard charge back underneath Garrett Lane here, coming out of the 4. Oh, a little bit of contact. Man, they're racing hard. They want that transfer spot.
Yeah. I'm curious if the front 4 is just riding them that are in the transfer spot, or do you just want to go out and win the heat? You know, and say, hey, I actually won at Kern. Actually done something tonight. You know what I mean?
Well, of course, you're always going to want to run your heat, but these guys in the back, you know, they're battling to make it into the race.
Yeah, that's for sure. And we got a battle for the lead. 0-0s on the inside of Aiden Neese. Goes down to the 3. I'm curious on how the high line is going to hold up here. I think the bottom line is the preferred way to go, but 0-0 just getting loose off the bottom and just helps the 24 out. But I think the bottom line will prevail eventually, and as the top 5, you know, pulling away.
It definitely looks like it's going to be the case, but I mean, he's holding his own on that outside. I mean, there's definitely an outer lane there. Now, it may not be the fastest, but it could be used as a defensive kind of tactic. But as he clears them coming off of turn 4, though.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean,
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, you're good. I was just going to say, these top 5, I mean, they pretty much pulled away. I mean, they're just kind of battling really for a starting spot right now. It looks like Lyman's kind of struggling to catch back up. Danforth's kind of stalled out back there. He's throwing haymakers trying to get up there. But so these guys, they just take it easy. You know, you're in the show where you are, you know?
Yeah, I understand. I've wrecked my teammate for a transfer spot before, and we both missed out. But one thing I do notice though, like when they're on the bottom, they're a lot looser than running up top. It's like the higher the car is, the more stable the car is. The lower it is, the more like loosey and turn it actually has. Like I've noticed that with all the cars get loose off the corner of 4 at least.
Yeah, I mean, you could really see some guys how they're just throwing the car in. I mean, you can really see them getting a little loose on entry. I mean, I just can't keep my eyes off Danforth right now in the 88. Like, when he goes into the corner, he is just sideways. But he is just holding it. He's running that outside line. Right now, he's just kind of pacing. 5th place, not really gaining or losing. So, right now, it's still up to these top 5.
Well, we got two laps to go. Coming to the white flag lap. So, like I said, I'm pretty sure the top 5 are just gonna, check out and not race each other, not do anything stupid, so they can make the transfer.
Yeah, as you mentioned, the white flag is out, and they're pretty much single file. I wonder if you're going to see a late charge here going into 3. They're just kind of settling out.
There's a little charge by Dave, but I think he realized. Let's just go. The pay window is not open yet. It only opens in the future. And that will round out your top 5 as Matthew C wins. Dade goes 2nd, Aiden East 3rd, William Cameron 4th, and rounding out is Justin Schneck. To round out your top 5 transfer spots.
Yeah, I definitely give a kind of little heartbreaker award out to Danforth there, because he kind of got caught up in that the initial start incident there. I mean, he just kind of sucks in a 10-lap race. You have no time to catch back up when you have an incident. So tough break for those guys, but like you mentioned, the top 5 are moving on.
Oh yeah. So now we're going to once again try to get my camera back, right? Real quick,
radio style on this?
It's showing the grid from qualifying, so we're just going to go driver to driver here. Yeah, we got looks like Anthony Roselli starting first here. Curtis Kearns. Then we got Clifton Simmons, Bob Belshaw, Jacob Phillips, rounding out the top 5. Benson Weaver, 6th place. Nick Serf, Jacob Mackey, and Robert Brobst.
Which I'm pretty sure Robert's, is he in it? Yeah, there he is. Shotgun, tail end. So the one I'm really watching in this, maybe 2, is definitely Benson Weaver in the 1. Like, last time I remember, like, he's really quick, so I'm curious on how much of a charge he's going to go. I know he's on the outside of the transfer spot right now, starting in 6th, but like, I'm curious on how far he gets to the front. That's my pick to make it in. So I'm curious on how far he gets there, or even makes it in the transfer, just because how quick he's going to run.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Yeah.
Here we come, off turn number 4 to take the green for our second heat race. 10 laps.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go, green flag's underway. Oh man, another stack up just like the first race, but they keep it together. No 3 wide, that's a plus. Oh, we got contact in the 1. 94 gets bumped by the 5. Yellow flag out.
Oh, and the 77 just dumped the 38 under caution. On the back stretch, he just floored it right into him. He just went.
That's odd.
And never slowed down and just dumped the 38.
Let's go back and see what happened to start this. We got Nick Serf, Robert Brobst, tail end of the field goal to the 1, right? And yeah, it just looked like maybe Nick was trying to get in there, being a little cautious. It's the first turn, and Robert went in there like he was on a hot lap and just got into the back of him. Not too big of a deal, right? You said the 38?
Yeah, the 77 got into the 38. I mean, I'm sure his spotter was, maybe his spotter was sleeping and was not yelling that the yellow was out for him, because when everyone checked up, he didn't react quick enough.
Yeah, it looked like it might have been a little neck code. He just barely clipped and didn't slow down enough. And yeah, I think 38 will be able to continue on here, but yeah, definitely unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm curious how much damage that's gonna do to his car, make sure. And also, if he gets back to him, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna?
Yeah,
he's
definitely.
Even say it.
Yeah, he's definitely got some right rear damage. I mean, he did make contact with the wall on the front side, but so hopefully he's got no toe issues. It kind of sucks because looks like he doesn't get his position back.
Yeah,
and that's heartbreak. That is heartbreak.
He was in the transfer. He was in the top 5, and like I said last week, we made it, heat, and we had a lot of beef going on everywhere. So I mean, I guess all the beef's in the heats, man. I mean, tempers are high.
I guess, man. I mean,
yeah, I think Clifton was involved in that too, right? You know, so he's going to be pretty upset if he misses out twice. From, you know, something that ain't his doing, right? But
yeah.
And these gloves are off in the heat races.
It's like, what would
looks
you
like
do to
we're
make it
doubling
in?
up.
Looks like some of them will wreck their grandma to get into the show sometimes.
Well, I mean, the 30, as long as he doesn't have any significant damage that's affecting the handling, I'm pretty sure he's gonna. I'm pretty sure he's gonna be all right. I think he'll get back up there. Now that we're back doubled up.
All right, pace cars off. They're coming in at 3 or 4. You know, come check the green. You know, you gotta wait a little bit. Checking up. Green flag's out, and they.
Oh no! Another stack up on the restart. Oh, 13 almost goes over. Man,
Yellow flag.
man, these guys are anxious to get into this transfer. It looks like the 77 just may not have gone. Johnny, what do you see on the replay?
Yeah, we're looking at it now. Looking at the 13. Man, I know a little bit of patience go a long way, man, on these restarts, and we see it time and time again. Yeah, 77 checked up, and I wouldn't put that on the 13, but
well, that's why we're up here and not in the race control booth. You know what I mean?
Very true.
I mean,
Sam Rick, shout out, Sam. You know, hey, we appreciate you. It's not an easy job you're doing.
Well, you know, and two, just, you know, in retrospect of things going on, I mean, you really, when the tension's built up right before that restart, you know, you'll see cars start to move. Doesn't quite mean that the leader's gone yet. So when you see that, a lot of drivers anticipate slamming that throttle to go, but the green technically hadn't come out yet, so they stack up. And that's probably a little bit of what happened here.
Yeah, there's not a lot of patience. But in retro, I was about to say it, but the 38 was, you know, in the transfer spot, but I guess he's falling back to the back, I guess. He's
got an EOL penalty. Curious on.
Man.
Yeah, curious. Maybe Stoner saw something that we didn't.
Huh.
But yeah, I mean, in 10 laps is not a long time, and then these caution laps. I mean, I know caution laps don't count, but we're still on lap 2 of the race, so not a lot of time left for these guys to really get into that transfer spot for those ones in the back. So they are gonna be antsy.
Time limited, right? Looks like we're 2.5 minutes, maybe.
A minute and a half. Well, it's 8 minutes. 8 minutes,
Oh, yeah.
and we got a minute. A couple laps, so we should be going green next time black. It's old-fashioned green white checker.
Probably gonna green white checkered, yeah. I mean, they gotta get it going.
Yeah.
Yep, lights are off on the pace car, so we'll get a quick couple laps in here, and
I'm not live. That's why
maybe.
we're showing 2 minutes or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah, we got 50 seconds. Like I said, it might be just a one-lap shootout. Dang.
yeah, right now it looks like Robert, who was involved in that first incident, is right now in the transfer spot. They're laying on the bottom. So here we go. This is going to be exciting. We'll see when they throw the white for us.
94 is ducking off on the apron. I don't think he's going to be involved with the top. Curious. All right, pace car's off, coming to green. Looks like they're starting to stack up again, come to the green. Green flag's out. Leaders.
Oh, we made it.
Yeah, we made it. We made it.
Hell yeah.
So Robert currently in the transfer spot, going into 2, coming out of 2 here. A little wobble from Vincent. 13's looking under him. He wants that transfer
44,
spot.
44,
Yeah, the 44 to 78
sideways.
got together.
Yeah.
If it should be the white flag this time by, maybe not.
Nope, doesn't look like it. We're still going. Officials maybe are letting them run it out.
Maybe.
You can see here, Anthony Rosselli
Yeah,
is just setting sail. Curtis Kern's right behind him. But
We got a battle
is
for the
on
battle.
transfer.
The battle is on the heat transfer spot. Exactly. Vincent's
It looks like.
little-
looks like
Oh,
the
we got a
ball-
contact. Oh, 13 contact to
no.
one around. Oh, no.
I'm pretty. He looked like he just.
Oh, no. That's it. No, I mean, it wasn't a matter of him just dumping him. I mean, it was. That sucks because it was just for the transfer spot. So I'm curious on if they're going to throw it or, when I mean throw it or throw the checkered, or because then the penalty will come through and who gets the transfer. So curious
sure.
to see what
Yeah,
race
'cause
control does.
Yeah, if he gives the ELL to the 13, then the 38 will make the transfer. You know, after all said and done, after getting dumped on the backstretch or after the yellow flag, and that'd be karma. Good karma to have, I guess. But we'll find out.
I think dumped is your favorite word, Jason. But I'm not gonna lie to you. That was, I mean, he went in there with a head of steam. I mean, the one also checked up for the guy in front of him, so
Yeah.
he was just really in a really bad spot, and that sucks too because only a lap remaining or 2 laps remaining.
Yeah.
Some chase implications here.
Yeah, this reminds me of
No pun
the
intended,
Daytona.
right?
Yeah, it reminds me of the old Daytona
All
duels.
puns intended.
You get one duel / heat that's clean and green, and then you get the next one that's kind of caution. What's one that you don't want to be in. So apparently this is the one that you don't want to be in.
Yeah, it looks like this is going to be the end. We ran out of time. The heat number 2 is going to end under caution here. So,
Well, I'm curious on the
Yeah.
transfer then, because
it's
see.
looking like it's going to be the 13th. Yeah. Waiting on the race controller, but
Either one. I'd make them stop. I'd tell them those 3 to stop.
already called it a racing incident.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
oh, and this just jumped up with Benson. I don't know what's going on, all right? So we'll see how it grids up.
Well, the finishing order, obviously Anthony, pretty good dominating performance there on that heat race. You got Curtis, was that Cairns? Sorry if I massacred that. You got Bob Belshaw, Robert Bros, and then it looks like they're giving 5th place to Jake. Yes, he was kind of part of that contact and that incident there, but Stoner calls it a race control calls it a race incident, so he will take the final transfer spot, which sucks for the 38 because like I said, he was in that contact on the back straightaway, just out of the transfer spot.
Yeah, definitely, man. It sucks to see, but I mean, he was so close, and it's kind of a chaotic heat, so you can't really, pin him on anybody. But so now we have a 3-minute warm up here, so we have a little bit of time to talk about some of the partners that we have on board here. First and foremost, we have Justin Brooks winning the Evan Pienta Designs Pole Award. Evan's come on board. We've seen him in Slingshot. He came on board here last season, and really does great paint jobs. And the guy with the most poles in this season wins a free paint job from Evan himself. So very cool. And Evan also helps out with some of the graphics, doing like the point stuff and the race logos that we have. So want to thank him. And I believe he's also in the race, so good luck, right? But yeah, we also have the Team Goon Squad Fans Choice Award. So anybody watching, you can head to the link in the description to vote for your favorite driver, right? I think Benson won last season. Yeah, I mean, it has to happen during the race, so you can't just spam it around and do it all week, right? But yeah, follow that link, vote for your favorite driver, and they will win a $50 merchandise card at the end of the season if they get the most votes. So shout out to James with Team Goon Squad, kind of supporting the league, and we really appreciate it. He also runs the merch, right? We got a announcement coming out tomorrow about that, but we have Spark merchandise on teamgoonsquad.com. T-shirts, hoodies, we're working on hats, mugs, stickers, all that stuff. So go out and, support the league. It all goes into the league. Nobody's really profiting off of it, at least our half of it. And, yeah, really cool stuff. And, yeah, we thank Team Goon Squad.
Well, speaking of, the Driver's Choice Award, I know looking at the chat here, we got a few Austin Nice fans. Got a couple of those. Got a Nathan Gentry in there.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got, so, go vote. Go vote. Yeah, I see Benson Weaver in the chat. Yeah, that heat race was something. That was something.
So, who you guys got tonight? Like, you think anybody's going to be able to, top Justin Brooks, or do you think, we get a little wild card that somebody's actually going to tame, like, and actually win? Somebody
Well,
besides
I
Brooks?
mean, based off of the heat race, let's go off the first heat race. There was a lot of side by side racing and a lot of passing. So it's really about, from what it looks like from the heat race, really protecting the bottom. So I mean, really, if these leaders do that, it's going to be hard for anybody to really truly drive through the field, but without having to use that bumper. So we'll see. We'll see. 100 laps, a long race. See how these boys manage their equipment and get a good charge at the end of this thing.
I know you brought up Heat 1, but then you got, for example, Heat 2, just the checkups on the start. I'm curious on how, if the guys in the back, knowing it's a 100-lap race, are going to be like, all right, we got to go right now, gotta go. How much this checkup on the, restart, with it having a later restart zone, how much the checkup's going to start, affect the back half from, the 10 on back, even then.
Well, I hope these drivers were watching the heat race and kind of do see what that result is. This is a 100-lap race, so I don't think the urgency is as high right now on the start as it was for that 10-lap, heat race. So I think these guys will be a little bit patient, but I hope they don't prove me wrong.
So, really quick here, we're going to start to run through the grid. We already showed Philip Matthews with that invert starting first, Dylan Potts starting second, James Barker starting third, Lucas Longmire fourth, Ryan and Scotty Phillips once again right next to each other. Fifth and sixth.
And then you got AJ Maglio 7th, David Hill 8th, RJ Williams, 9th, Justin Brooks, pole sitter starting 10th. Sean Johnson 11th, Devin Jack 12th, Dylan Bowe 13th, Evan Pinata, of course, Pinata, but Pinata and R is 14th, Matthew C 15th, and Justin, you got for the quick gist for the rest. We're about to go green.
Yeah, so we got Anthony Rosselli,
My
Dave
bad.
Krusky, Curtis Kearns, Aiden East doesn't look like he's on the grid, Bob Belshaw,
Hey, pace car's
got
off.
William Cameron, Robin Bruss, Justin Schenk, and Jake Mack. There we go.
Yeah, my bad. I had to make a sound adjustment there. I'm back. But yeah, we're looking good going in turn one. No crazy. Some of these guys are sideways, but nice and clean, just like we projected. As they're heading down into turn number 3, man, they're side by side. Good 7-8 cars deep.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like, still starting race 2 left. It looks like Brooks is stuck on the outside, and we actually, it's fall. Oh, the 08 got turned by the 28, and they got a big wreck.
Hard contact. Oh, we got a car up on his side.
Scotty Phillips.
Scotty Phillips on his side.
Oh, I'm sorry, was it Ryan or Scotty?
It's definitely Scotty in the 29 that was sideways, made a little contact with the 88, it looks like. Man,
Yeah, let's
hard
go back and see
hard
here.
impacts.
I think it started in front of him, but I'm not sure. No, it started with him. Yeah, just kind of 88 came down, tried to come off, and oof, yeah. It's a couple guys piling into the wreck, right? And taking a couple of other guys. Definitely could have been worse. It looks like everybody's going to survive.
Yeah, it's pretty wild and crazy enough. I mean, RJ, kind of looking forward to see how he's doing this race. He hit pretty hard on the 29 there. Looks like Brooks made it through without a single incident. He just was in the right lane at the right time. Just right on through there. Evan Piento with a close call going through there as well.
Yeah, we see it looked like maybe a late move from Phillips and maybe a block, but it's early in the race. I don't think anybody was kind of expecting that, but it sounds like it was called on the 29. So
Looking back, there's a lot of guys who did a great job missing it. I mean, there's a couple guys, didn't slow down enough, but there was definitely more people missing that. You know, that could have been a lot worse with that track blocker.
Yeah, we had a lot of cars with like just minor damage, but I mean, there was 11 cars involved in that crash. That's almost half the field, but a lot. It looks like a lot of cars have minimal damage, but some have heavy damage, like the 29, the 10, 88 hit the wall pretty hard. 49's got some serious rear end damage. He got rear ended pretty hard there, but I mean, hopefully their guys' crew can get them fixed up, and hopefully they can get them back straight and get back up there and get a good charge for it.
Yeah, no, these cars are pretty durable most of the time. Faster track, maybe not, but looks like the lights are out. We're on the backstretch here, getting ready to restart this race. Hopefully we can get some green flag laps in.
Go ahead and call us down, Johnny. I know you're itching to get a little green flag started.
Alright, so there we go. Looks like Philip Matthews on the inside of James Parker. Lap 6 coming to 7 of 100. Great start by the 41. He clears out. We got it's like Ryan Phillips in third. He's able to make a move. And we're damn near 3 wide in the back here.
The outside, everybody knows he's stuck in the outside. Like, it's just Dade's blinking. Not sure where he's went, but he's gone.
Yeah, he's definitely gone. Oh, we got to spin it back. 44's around off the nose of the 71.
It's able to keep it pointed straight, but not before not before the caution was rung out, right? So let's go back and see.
Looks like he just drifted up, and then he just, kind of got ran over a little bit. Now that the caution comes so quick, I'm curious. Do we go to single? We go to single file starts now, right?
I would say so, but we'll see what the race component is. Yeah, it looked like Bob kind of came up and what was it, 77 got into the back of him. Or 77?
71. Yeah, 71. Yeah, that's the.
So we'll go on board with him real quick and see if we can see what happened.
Yeah, it's Justin. Oh man, I can't.
Shank.
Yeah, sorry if I massacre that. I'll learn everybody's names and car numbers. Just bear with me here. But
yeah, it looked like Bob came up on him, man. I mean, it's just a racing deal, but I believe they called it on 71.
looking too kind of odd. It looks like the 24 did not grid in this race. So, oh no, it's showing him 9 laps down. Oh, he fell out. Oh, okay.
He had some fans in the chat, like you said, man.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, maybe internet issues or something. We're sorry to see that. We always like Aiden. He's been around for a while, and
maybe he's old school, and you got to make the field to get the money to run next week.
Let's see, we got.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Pay window. Now that you made the field, the pay window's open.
Oh yeah, we got some 00 fans out there. Darlene rooting for Matthew, and Matthew's doing pretty good. He's running 12th right now, working his way up. Said once we get hopefully get some green flag running here and see what these guys can do.
Just you like paint schemes. What's your favorite paint scheme in here so far?
Man, there's a few of them. I'm kind of going through them right now. Just looking at them from the booth here. There's a couple of them that look pretty sharp. The 27 looks pretty sharp. That AMC car, and there was one. I'm trying to find it. And my cars, my color scheme goes with purple and blue, and I thought I saw one of them out here. They've been in the heat race.
Yeah.
There are some sharp looking cars out here, and some of the good looking cars got a lot of damage in them already, so it's been a bloodbath back here so far, but looks like their cars are holding strong. So
what the DW said, the damage on the right side means you're passing. If you're damaged on the left side, you're getting past.
It's a short track. You don't need fenders.
Yeah, that's right. Helps cool the car down.
Yeah, we're double filed up, heading into turn 3 to take the green here. I'm curious to see. I mean, Brooks has been on the high side on every restart, but like I said, he's already moved up to 8th place. These few green laps that we've had.
I feel like once he gets to the bottom, he'll be, you know, set and sail. But till then,
Green, green, green.
ooh.
All right, and we're back underway. Big checkup on the bottom, but everybody keeps it going when they're in the back. Dive off into turn 3. Man, they're just 3 wide right off the rip, aren't they?
Well,
Second place in the wall. Hard.
He's holding his own. I mean, Brooks took it 3 wide. He got that 0-0. He's sideways. Does he hold on to it?
No.
oh, he comes back in the field, and the whole field's wrecked.
No, we got another wreck going into turn 1. Sean Johnson sideways off the 43 car, it looks like. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, this one's
Multiple
it's gonna
crashes.
Take us a minute to kind of recap this, but yeah, it looks
Well, we got multiple 0-0s out on the track. I got kind of mixed up. That was AJ that went around.
Yeah, there's a 0-0, and then there's a 08. They kind of look the same. Like,
yeah. So is it 08 or 88? I think it's
there's a 08.
yeah.
You know, the worst part about that, you know, with
That's
Matthew,
88.
the
It's
0-0.
0-0 is what it's
Yeah, the 0-0, he was just in a bad spot. I mean, when the 03 bounced off the inside wall, came back on the racing course, I don't even think he saw it coming. Because he thought he was clear of it, and the next thing you know, he's around.
Really? There's 2 0s. That's is that
Yeah, the
80? I don't know. I think I'm looking for the the 0. No, that's not him. What is going on?
The 0-3 is the original car that spun. Yeah, it does show a 0-0 on his car though.
Yeah.
One under the wall. So that was where the confusion was when I said 0-0.
Yeah, well, it took me about a light year to catch up, right? But
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, the
either
10
way,
car pulled down pit
we'll-
road, and the 0-0
we'll have some
pulled down
good
pit road.
pictures of it afterwards, right? So,
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody said we were good at this thing. You know what I mean?
not at all.
Well, I sure hope these boys have gotten this out of their system. Let's hit this thing green. You know what I mean?
Right now, the pace car is going to be leading the most laps. I mean, he led the most laps last week.
But I
figure he
tell you,
might be leading the most laps this week.
I'll tell you, I know one person that's probably enjoying this is that leader right now, Philip. Every lap we log is 1 lap led for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He's doing a great
Yeah.
job. He's not going on the same start. Like sometimes, he's going a little earlier than everybody thinks. And when he goes, the earlier he goes, the more spread out he gets because everybody's sleeping. But the longer he waits, the more checkup on the bottom is. So I feel like, he's doing a great job not making the same restart point every time. He's keeping it different.
He's making it challenging for everyone, and he's got a fast car. I mean, all the guys here in the top 5 got a good fast car. So it's just a matter of getting this thing under green, getting more than 2 or 3 laps in, and really see how these guys are doing. They got their setups dialed in, even though it's a fixed setup.
Yeah, I mean, you still got brake bias and your steering ratio and stuff, right? Everybody's all there's a certain degree of input they get, but
All right, I guess we're going double file again. 2x2x2.
Yeah, we're doing hopefully get a good restart here. Guys, just be a little patient. Let's get this thing going. Long way to go. 80 laps to go. Take the win. They come in at 3 and 4. Oh, yeah, they're antsy up front. Here we go. Phillips holding them strong. Like you said, Phillips been changing different. There he goes early this time. Great launch. Green flag is out.
And that helped the whole bottom. That helped the whole bottom lane get going. Like not a lot of checkups and everything on the bottom.
yeah.
Like you said, once he goes early, you feel like the whole field spreads out.
Yeah, but they're still side by side there for second. And look who is right there in 4th place. He's putting it in middle 3 wide. Thinks better of it. That was, Johnny, you think it's too early for him moves like that?
it is. I mean, you got to take what you can get on these restarts, man. It's so hard to pass with a bottom dominant track, right? So I don't blame him, but yeah, I mean, that was definitely a pretty aggressive move.
Well, it was definitely a smart move to back out of that. I mean, and he kind of lost the spot to Evan. I keep wanting to call him Pinata. I'm just going to do it. Sorry, Evan. Evan going into 3. I mean, they're side by side. You can tell Brooks is anxious to get the run. I mean, he is just stuck behind him as they're side by side. But we got a swap for the lead.
Yeah, Ryan Phillips is taking over the top spot on the 41. I know I kind of missed that whenever watching the battles for 3rd and battles for 6th. You know, you got to fight back and forth, both in the top 5 single file out. You know, Just Brooks is taking a little bit time to get around Evan. You know.
Yeah, he got to his outside, that preferred line. Oh, a little net code there, but good save by Evan.
Evan opened the door, yeah.
He sure did. I'm surprised he did. Usually Evan's pretty good at holding that bottom, but it looks like he's pretty comfortable running that upper line. Oh, we got a contact with Evan in the 28 of James Barker. But good job holding on to that. That was that was sketchy.
Dylan saved by both of those drivers. Looks like Justin Brooks working his way in second here.
He's there. I mean, he is just able to wrap that bottom so good. And these other guys are just kind of like floating up and trying to run that at that progressive banky. But Justin's making it work down there on the bottom.
Yeah, contact 16, getting into 1. Dylan's been making that top line. Actually, he's able to roll on the top line. I know he got around the 78 on the top, and he's able to roll. And then he had the contact with the 2 and everything. But he's trying to set him back up to pass. But he was able to. He was like him and the 5 are like the only 2 cars I was on the top side to actually be able to make a roll. As I say that, Dylan goes to the bottom lane and gets back on the bottom.
Yeah, from what it looks like, this top line's just starting to fall off. These guys up here. Maybe it's just a good on those restarts, but we're really single file throughout the track now. So I'm curious to see how these guys get these runs. Brooks is dipping under, going into turn 3 to take the lead.
Phillips tries to hang on the outside. He gets the run off. I don't think it's going to be enough, though. That bottom line is going to that's going to prevail here. I don't know.
I mean, he's holding tough. I mean, he knows if Brooks gets by him, it's going to be hard to pass him. So he's going to do everything in his power to keep him behind him.
Absolutely. Oh, see. Man, that was close. Looks like Brooks going to clear. Let's see if he's crossing.
I don't know. I think now that Justin Brooks has finally got to the lead, I think now it's just fight for second.
Yeah, I mean,
don't be so negative, Chase. There's plenty of quick cars back in the field. Maybe these guys are saving their tires.
The Phelps brothers are also the most respectful people on the track here. So, I mean, he probably could have made a move, tried to dive bomb him there, but those guys are just class acts, man. They're not going to do something like that. So.
Yeah. I do want to give a shout out to I know I said his name before, LeBeau. He was in that first accident, that big one going into 1. He has a lot of damage on his left front. He got involved in that. And the big one had to go to the back and everything like that. He's worked his way up to 6, passing outside, inside. He's able to get the runs. And also, he's the last week's Truck Series winner, Spark. Congratulations on his win for the trucks. So now he's trying to, dibble into the late model.
I don't think you'll see him winning the way he did last week, right? But,
oh, yeah.
I mean,
yeah, so
3 wide fashion coming to the line. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that.
Yeah. So also, Evan Piente, he's just worked his way back up in the 3rd, right? He's kind of catching the leaders here, man. He's on a roll. Maybe he's got something for Justin and Ryan.
Well, one of the things you can kind of notice too, these guys that are really making these moves, they're putting that left side on that white line, and you can definitely tell the ones that are doing it, they're able to wrap it and get that momentum off the corner. But it looks like Dylan down here is making a move on the 28 down to the inside. He's got underneath him going into 3.
Yeah, the 28's been getting on the apron. Every time he hits the apron, he's been washing up. And that's what I noticed, like, in a lot of these cars, they get trying to run the bottom, they get too low and hit the white line. They just, walk the car up to the top and lets the car behind them get a massive run down the backstretch.
Yeah, and another thing, too, like I said, when they get side-by-side and racing, those guys that are behind them, they all start stacking up. And the next thing you know, they've got a lot tighter racing.
Oh, yeah.
So
I see that now with Jack. Yeah, Jack's kind of making that outside work. So.
It's there, but also it's one of those things. Like, you know, it's there. You know, to make speed, but also how much you want to burn your tires up. Because at the end of the day, it says a 100-lap race, and you know, tire wear is pretty key, especially if it goes green, like green flag fill we got going on right now.
Yeah, I mean, really looking at lap times, I mean, everyone is running very close to the same lap times, so it's pretty well even out throughout the field. They're still running times very close to what the leaders are currently running.
Yeah, we just had contact in the for the 13th, 14th place, the 03 on the timing charts, 00 in our eyes, bounced off the 71 as the 71 is falling back. As Belshar is getting by him, the 29 is getting by him. Somebody must have put an anchor out for him. He's heading to the back.
Yeah, like I said. And back there with Devin Jack, 28, hard battle going on between them two. Just sitting here watching it. I mean, you know, they're coming off them corners sideways, contacting in the wall, getting runs on each other. These guys they're not holding back at all. I mean, we're like I say, we're still pretty early, 100 laps, or we're not even quite halfway yet. But these guys are giving it all already.
And shout out to Scotty, because the last time I seen him, he was flying through the air. You know, in fact, this car's able to run and actually, you know, still on the lead lap, you know, making ground, probably saving a little set, you know, extra in case we do get the tire wear, you know, tire wear caught with cars and cautions and all that good stuff at the end. We might be able to do something.
Oh yeah, and like cars with damage too, like RJ Williams, who was in actually I think he was in both crashes. Some severe left front damage, but he's still holding strong in 11th place, catching up to Sean Johnson in that like group of 4 or 5 cars there that are battling.
And so RJ, once again, facing some adversity this week. He had to battle his way back twice last week, and he still managed to come in with a podium, 2nd place. So, yeah, I mean, he's definitely, you don't want to count him out yet. And, man, a lot of guys don't want to count out, though. I mean, like I said, you got the Phillips, you got Johnson, you got Devin Jack, Evan Pienta's showing a lot of speed. Definitely isn't over yet, but we definitely are going to start to see, if this keeps going green, the guys that are able to keep their right front under them. It's a lot of laps. It's a little worrisome, you know, that you might end up blowing a tire here if you're driving too hard. So, yeah, we're going to start to see that come into effect.
Man, I don't know if tire wear is even on their minds. These guys are progressively getting faster each lap. I mean, just 5-6 laps ago, we were running 19.2s. Now we're breaking into the 18.9s. I mean, these guys are moving. They are moving.
Yeah, and I also want to point out, you know, we still have a lot of cars on track. You know, 24 started a race, and only 22 are still on the track. And we have, you know, Dade and Anthony off the track, the 48. We have 21 cars left. So, and the 48 still on pit road getting damage fixed. But, you know, there's still a lot of cars out here. Pretty good.
Man, they are throwing these elbows out right here, back here with RJ Williams. Man, these guys are using each other up coming off the turns. I mean, this is some great battling back here.
We've seen the 72 in the wall, about 3 times now in the last few laps. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, they're definitely noticing this outer line's not quite there, so they're really leaning on that inside line. Those guys that are getting under them, but you definitely can see this outside line just really not doing what we expected it to do. I mean, it's definitely a bottom line right now.
So listen, like if you're on the outside line, like how much are you gonna pitch? You know, as the race goes later and later in the run, like how much are you gonna pinch the bottom, you know, to try to help yourself out and not help them with the room coming off the corner.
Well, I mean, the whole purpose of pinching the corner really is to fastest way around the track's the bottom, but 2, if you can really pinch their exit off, they're not going to get that run off the corner. They're going to have to lift, or they're just going to use you up. So it's a strategy. It's a good defensive technique to pinch them down to really hold back their speed. But it looks like it's just not really working out here.
Yeah, for sure. I want to point out, Dylan LeBeau has passed the 41 up to 4th place. Next sights is Evan. We missed that while we was talking about the guys about it. We had a pass for 4th place, so he's rolling, especially with that damage on the front he's got.
Yeah, and I mean the top 5, 6 here. I mean they're running identical lap times. Like every lap, one lap Brooks will be faster, one lap Ryan and Evan will be faster. I mean they're mimicking each other each corner and each lap. So curious to see when they finish running this out. I mean we're down to what 45 to go. We're really starting to click these laps down, which is good to see.
Absolutely, yeah. Especially after last week, right? It was kind of a wreck fest, but it's definitely the longest green flag run of the season. We got a lap car up in front of Brooks. Definitely does not concede, but now he does. Didn't alter the race for the lead at all, so we're good.
Yeah, he gets out of the way. Well, that's pretty respectful. You know, you're going to lap down the leaders, give away the leaders. So, you know, kudos to them, you know, letting the leaders go by.
Yeah, and then Matthew, you know, again, being involved in that last crash with that heavy impact, I'm sure his car is just not feeling it, man. He's just trying to limp it to the end.
Yeah, the man on the move right now is RJ. And that light blue High Rock Camaro, whatever he's got going on. Like, every time I go back and check up on him, man, he's like passing bottom, top, bottom. You know, he's working his way to the front. Like, he doesn't have a problem passing.
Oh yeah, I mean he's running identical times to Brooks as the leader. I mean even running with these cars or running with the passing these cars. I mean honestly, RJ really is banking on he needs a yellow to bunch this thing back up to really get a good shot at gaining up. I mean 40 laps to go. I just don't see him making up. You know what is he 10, 11 seconds behind, 5 seconds behind? So yeah. That's a lot of ground to make up.
But we have that old caution flag. Might be in the ball game.
I don't want to jinx it. These guys are running good.
Yeah. There it goes. Oh no, is that not a? Yeah, it's past for position. RJ up to 7th. Yeah, we got Dave Hill too. 3rd place last week. He's trying to follow suit inside of James Barker.
Yeah, definitely the last few laps, James has been pretty loose coming off the turns. It must be fighting those rear tires under him and just allowing these guys to get these runs off the corner underneath him.
See it again here. Almost a little contact. David Hill.
Yeah, James Barker. Yeah. And Justin's favorite person, Sean
Johnson. Yeah, I mean, this battle between these two is really allowing him to catch up and kind of be that third wheel in this race here. I'm curious to see if he does something because you can definitely tell them two are holding him up.
Well, yeah, Sean is no slouch here in the late model series. He's normally up in the top 5, so it's probably a little antsy. He's like, you know, I ain't where I belong. But you also see there's a lot of right front damage. So
he had a tough week last week. You know, he didn't make the feature last week. So I know he's expecting to come out here and having a better showing than last week.
Absolutely. See him inside of Barker. The inside line seems to prevail, but
everybody's spread out except for Sean in 28.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really watching Dylan up here. He's actually starting to reel in Evan Pinata. There we go. I'm just gonna say it. He's reeling them in. I mean, he's consistently running about a 10th quicker a lap. I mean, and Dylan is running very close to matching Justin Brooks' times. I mean, each lap he's only maybe 200ths off of what Brooks is currently running. So that 16 car's got some power under the hood.
Yeah, only if he can actually qualify and stop texting me and telling me he sucks at qualifying. And actually, he gets a little bit better and he can actually start close to the front. He might be all right.
Track position is key. I do have to bring this up, all right? You know, I see that Evan has a Dodge, right? He knows I'm a Dodge guy. I guarantee he did that, so I would mention it in the broadcast. So here you go, Evan. I really appreciate your Dodge Charger.
What kind of?
It's like, 2015 plus Charger. Not the best looking, in my opinion, but the most modern iteration. So
I will say this. Evan's actually closing the gap on Ryan Phillips for 2nd place. I mean, I don't know about time-wise, but just from the eye test, looks like Evan and Dylan are closing in on the 27. So, especially now they have lap traffic. I'm curious on how much that affects it. And
Well,
looks
yeah,
like,
based off the last 2 laps, both Evan and Dylan were both faster than Brooks and Ryan by a 10. So, like I said, these guys they're mimicking each other's times. 1/10 here on one lap, 1/10, vice versa. So, it'd be curious if we get them all bunched back up. I mean, these guys are very close in speed. It's not a blowout by no means.
not at all, but we have a gaggle of cars: the 28, 78, 2, 5, 80. Was it 08, 03, 08, whatever, 02, whatever.
Oh, 72 is around. We got a spin on the front straightaway. 72 around. Hard impact. Yellow flag is out. I mean, that was coming. Chase, that was coming. These guys were racing hard back here.
Yeah.
Hard back here, which was about, the 10th position, I believe.
Yeah, sure.
It was getting heated. I mean, we've seen it too, even on the broadcast, with these guys using each other up off the turns. And it looks like the 72 just powered it down coming off of turn 4 there and just couldn't keep it underneath him.
Yeah, he went down, clipped the apron a little bit. 28 didn't give him much room, but he probably wasn't expecting him to slide up the track. And, man, yeah, great green flag run, and it's ended by, in my opinion, sort of a racing deal, right? Nobody intentionally did that, so we'll
I will say, though, I will say while we watch the replay there, Jace, we're going to be pretty interesting because, as mentioned, with Ryan, Evan, Dylan, even Devin, Jack back there in 6th, these guys were running identical times to Brooks, and now that we're bunching the field back up, I'm really curious on how this outcome is going to be.
Oh yeah, for sure, and especially on these old tires. How much especially the restart, we've seen the restart, the outside would be able to hold on for maybe a lap or 2 to roll, but how much effect the outside lane's going to have. Especially if Justin goes early, Brooks goes early, the whole inside lane seems to spread out and go while the top lane just it's all come together. And
yeah, too. And I mean, if Brooks waits too and kind of hits that later in that restart zone too, it'll, guys will anticipate a jump but doesn't and checks the field up, and then Brooks can pull away from that way too. There's really multiple options that he could do here. But I mean, really, it's in Brooks's hands to get a good jump, but if not, these guys are going to capitalize on it.
Oh yeah, and I'm looking back at RJ. He's starting 7th on the bottom, and I know he's probably licking his chops because he was 5, 6, 7 seconds back. Now under caution, he's going to be right with the leaders. So I really think he was one of the fastest cars on the track, just able to pass the whole field.
Oh yeah, but like I said, I got my eyes on Evan and Dylan up here. I mean, these guys were reeling them in, and I'm really curious to see how this restart goes, especially with Evan starting on the bottom line. Oh, excuse me, behind Brooks, and and then Phillips still hanging tough in there in P5, Devin Jackson 6th, and like you said with RJ in 7th. I mean, we got a pretty stacked field up here in the front.
So we have a couple more comments on YouTube here. First of all, we want to shout out Dustin Bowley. We see you. A great guy, big supporter of the league. He's probably the biggest commenter on all of our media stuff. And yeah, if you like road course racing, go check out Road and Plate. They run Thursday nights trucks at plate tracks and road courses, right? And it looks like Aiden Neese, his computer crapped out on him, so that's why he was not here. We're sorry to hear that.
Come back to green with 23 laps to go. And Justin Brooks took the outside, by the way.
Yeah, I'm actually curious by this. Oh, because he gets the early jump. Excellent start off that jump there. I wonder if he strategically did that too, because knowing that the 16 was going to be behind him on that restart. Maybe it was just a tactic on the kind of get Ryan there on his feet. But Dylan's there on the outside, and he looks like he is going to clear him off of 4. I don't know. They're holding still side by side coming to the line.
Yeah, 27 got a little loose coming off of 4. Like I said, you're able to run, but you got loose coming in the corner. If he can get down, he made it clear. He
cleared him. Oh, Evan, contact with the wall behind him. Sorry to interrupt you there. I mean, these guys are throwing him. You can see the cars just sliding into the turns. They're going for it.
Yeah,
like RJ.
That was one of the select few that made the outside work. There's only a couple I've seen. The 41's on the outside trying to make it work because it's like in the back.
Oh yeah, and I can definitely see RJ. He's really rolling the bottom pretty well here. He's just got, like I said, underneath the 41, and can make his move up to pass Evan, but currently sitting in P6. Gain a spot on that restart, so I'm sure he's happy about that.
Oh, he actually gets loose. They come together, and
41.
everybody just falls in. And he's able to save it.
Man, it's hard to save these cars, and that was a hell of a job right there.
Oh yeah, like I said, you can definitely see the intensity is ramped up with 20 laps to go here. So we got a battle for second place. It looks like Ryan's back underneath Dylan, but he's clearing him off the turn. Looks like Dylan's running that higher line, kind of getting that run off the turn.
Yeah, I wonder if he learned something right there. You know, like, you know, not running the complete bottom, or, you know, his tires could be, shot, since, you know, he has been at the back, you know, involved some wrecks, you know, with damage, you know, affects his front tire wear stuff, because, you know, now be about the time, you know, tire wear starts taking an effect or something.
Yeah, and you can definitely tell that the cooling of the tires made a big difference. I mean, these guys are almost everyone in the field is sub 18 right now, or excuse me, sub 19 right now. They're hitting those high 18s. I mean, Justin Brooks with the fastest lap right now with a 7:65, and that was just 2 laps ago. I mean, he's flying right now, and you can tell because he's pretty much gapped the 16 right now.
Yeah, it looks like about a quarter of a second that lap. Kind of a consistent deal there. But man,
oh, the 24 just turned to 71 on the backstretch. The 71's turned around.
Oh, big wreck. 71 called error. It ain't over yet, boys. I'll tell you that.
No, it's not. I mean, that was a hard impact for that 71 car. We're going to have to check on him after the race, make sure he's all right. Oh, man.
Yeah, it looks like he got a little loose on entry, and it's just coming down. 24 caught him, and oh, my. Right in the driver's door from the 72, and
you know, and then, ooh, that's a tough break. And then, you know, with Curtis, was it Carnes? He just had nowhere to go. I mean, he came off that corner just not expecting that guy to be there, and just, I'd be surprised if that car could drive off after that.
yeah, I think we do see him in the pits. Maybe he towed, but yeah, you just see the 71 spinning around like a top, man. There's nothing you can really do at that point other than just lock it down and hope for the best, right? But
So I'm curious, does Justin go back and take the top, or does he think he switches up and actually goes to the bottom this time?
I don't know. That top side worked very well for him on that last restart. I honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see him do it again, because he was able to just really straight line it off turn 4 and just get that run off, not even have to worry about that kind of like slight tire spin that they get off the bottom. And it looks like race control calls out on a racing incident there. So no harm there, or no fault there. There's a lot of harm there.
Hey,
but I'm so surprised to see Justin Schenk's car still runs. I mean, he's still out there going around this track right now. I mean, car was in the air.
yeah,
I know we got 10 laps to go, Johnny. I know that we're under caution. Where can I get some Spark shirts at?
yeah. Well, if you don't remember, we already talked about it, but TeamDoomSquad.com, they have a merch section that you can go in and find the Spark Racing League. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of early on here, but we still have like t-shirts, stickers, mugs. We're gonna have hats soon, some other stuff, and really cool deal. You know, if you want to support the league, and yeah, you know, everything we're doing here, that's a great way to do it. Put more money in, we'll be able to buy some stuff for the, you know, give away to the drivers, and more money into the purse and stuff. So check it out.
Justin Brooks actually took the bottom.
Yeah, I see that now that we're one to go here. We're gonna take the green with 10 laps to go, and Brooks swapped it up. He definitely took the bottom. Maybe he saw something. Maybe he's just keeping these guys on their toes. So I'm curious to see how Dylan does on the top here. So going into turn 3, they're stacking up.
I wonder if he did it to help the RJ or Ryan.
Oh, and Brooks, he does jump it early. In second place, they were sleeping. They're still side by side going into turn 1. Dylan clears. Yep, he cleared Ryan going into 1 there. They're 2 and 3 wide in the back, but looks like we're making it through.
There's Sean Johnson.
3
You know, making
wide.
3 wide. Yeah,
RJ.
3 wide on there.
Sean.
RJ bounces off the wall. It looked like he just got really tight.
Yeah, I think he maybe got up in the marbles, right?
And Ryan, looks like Ryan got stuck on the outside. Evan Pinata got by him, you know, in 3rd place. Let's see what we can do with Dylan.
Yeah, Brooks is just smooth sailing right now with 7 to go. I mean, but the battle back here, what is this, for 7th place? They're stacking up. They're 2 wide, and everyone's diving in, trying to gain as many spots as they can with these laps closing out.
Man, it's almost the end of the race, man. Like I said, as Clint Boyer would definitely say, pay windows now open. You know,
Well, I will say, I know one driver right now that's probably getting a little irritated, and that's Ryan. I mean, he lost 3 spots on this restart. He started on the inside right behind Brooks there, and he's already fell back to 5th position.
Oh. Sean's had a good run. Like, he's able to, hang around this, like, mid-pack, back, and he's able to, come up top 10, everything out.
Hard on the wall. A little bit of contact back there. The doubles they rode at the C and the 41. I see some
battle for second. Evan got underneath Dylan, and Devin Jack is coming with him. I'm curious how much, like I said, Dylan's tires are messed up, with 4 to go.
Yeah, I mean, playing a little line on that top line. Ooh, a little contact with Evan there. Opens the door for Devin. He's going to capitalize on it with these few laps remaining.
So how much you think people save tires this run?
I don't know, but I'm watching Dylan. I can see him fighting it. He is fighting those tires right now. Oh, we got a spin going into 3. 43's around. Contact with the 41 hard there. Oh, that's going to bring out a green-white checkered. That spices things up.
Oh, we like it spicy.
Looks like a little contact with RJ there going into 3.
Yeah, we see RJ, Sean Johnson. Let's see what happened. Yeah, it was coming out of the quarter. RJ had a really good run. Had 43 blocks at that, and RJ didn't lift. So, I mean, hey, it's late in the race, man. I expect to see that. So, luckily, nobody ended up on the roof or anything. We're phasing into the universe, but
Going to catch fence, Johnny.
yeah.
Yeah, like I had my, I'm not gonna lie, I was worried about this place being, big, fast, and how these guys would go. But so far, like this track has definitely put on some great racing from what I'm seeing.
Oh yeah, it's nice when we get the wider tracks, like Kern here, progressive banking. I mean, and there's been situations where we've seen that outer line really kind of dominate. Well, not necessarily dominate, but be able to use the past cars. So, yeah, kind of heartbreak though for that 43. I mean, they were battling up there for this. They were well within the top 10, and now probably both of them are going to be in the back. So,
You guys want to hear from Evan real quick?
What's up, dude?
Let's do it. Evan Pieta. We're gearing up for this last restart, right? We're not going to keep you too long, but how you feeling? You got a chance here?
I mean, we'll see here. It's kind of a shot in the dark, but made our way through the field throughout the race and ended up in P2. So all we can do is hope here and just keep all 4 fenders on it, I guess.
Roger that.
As good as you do, that shot turn the lights on. That shot in the dark would be a shot in the light.
All right, well, we're going to let you loose here. Good luck, and put on a show for us, all right? And
I'll try.
We'll get to talk to you afterwards.
Hopefully.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how this restart's going to go. Green, white, checker. These guys are just going to throw haymakers in, and we only get one attempt. So,
And Justin's at the top.
do you think that these guys are going to make it to the white? That's the real question.
No.
I hope so.
Yep. But Brooks opening up that top. I wonder if Evan's going to like time it. Maybe jump it early, see if he can capitalize on Brooks, because Brooks has been going early. So. I mean, we'll see. Here's it come out of turn 3. Come out of 4 to take the green for the final time. Brooks jumps it early,
Really
just as
early.
mentioned.
Yeah.
Green, green.
Good start by Evan, though. Yeah.
They're side by side for third and deep. We got the 71s around in the back, off the nose of the 44. Are they going to save it? No. Big crash in turn 2. Yellow flag is out, and that's going to wrap it up. That is going to and the bad part is, I mean, he was there. Evan was there. He had the opportunity, because Brooks came off that corner with a little wall, hit the wall a little bit, and Evan closed that gap quick. Kind of a bummer to see it that way, but good win.
Yeah, let's go back and see what brought the last caution out. Looks like Bob Belshaw just kind of dove it in too deep. That's going to be called on him, I believe. So, just a little disclaimer, it is in the rules. If you cause a caution on the last restart before we get to the white flag, you will be scored last place points, or it's either last place points or 1 lap down. So, unfortunate for Bob, but it looks like he's probably going to be the one called for that. Oh, God.
But yeah, I mean, I'm sure those guys are disappointed, but I know we got some guys that are probably excited about where they finished. I mean, I know everybody wants to win, but I mean, looking at the results here, obviously with Brooks winning, you got Evan in second. I mean, strong night driving through the field. Dylan coming back from 13th starting spot to finish third. I mean, actually, if you look at the top 5, everyone started outside the top 10, and they all finished in the top 5. So, I mean, it looks like
really
starting mid-pack paid off.
For Johnson, Devin Jack, he was kind of quiet tonight, but he made his way up top 5, right? So,
they say sometimes not how you start, man. It's how you finish.
yeah. All right, so we need our top 3. I don't know where Dylan is.
I'm texting him and telling him.
All right, so you'll get Dylan. Yeah, there's Dylan there.
Yeah. Oh, I told him to join payday. I'll pull him back. I got him.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm still struggling with all this.
I'll pull him in for each.
I got him. There we go. We got him. Technical sound.
All right, so Dylan LeBeau bringing it home, 3rd place tonight. That was a hell of a race. We had there was a lot of cautions, but there was still some really good green flag racing in the middle. You were able to drive your way kind of through the field, right? We were talking about it. You started kind of further on back and able to avoid a lot of the calamity and come home in 3rd. So how you feeling?
Yeah, feels pretty good. I started, I think, 13th and then got caught up on that wreck lap 2 or whatever it was. Went down to the apron, thought I had it missed, and the wreck continued onto the apron. So kind of got some damage from that. I think that kind of me a little bit later in the race. Kind of just eased my way, made a lot of gains on starts, restarts. Like you said, missed a couple big wrecks. Ended up getting to 4th, had a pretty good restart, got into 2nd for a little bit, and then on that second to last restart, I was in 2nd pretty comfortably, and I went off into 1 time and just got way too loose, let the 55 get by me. And after that, kind of, got hung out. I forget who it was, somebody else passed me. And started 4th again on that last green-white checker and was able to get up to 3rd, and caution came out. So still happy with 3rd, but definitely want a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, hey, you put on a hell of a show. We were watching a lot of the battles you were in there throughout the race, and yeah, it's good to come home third and kind of, cement your place as a contender in Spark here after you won the truck race last week. But yeah, so with that said, is there anybody you want to thank? Any shout outs, family members you got watching, teammates, anything like that?
Yeah, no teammates in this one. I got kind of trouble when I won the truck race. Forgot to thank Justin, Ryan, and Chase we were kind of all working together in that truck race. So thanks to all of them. Didn't have any teammates in this one. Kind of just had to crawl my way back to the front. But got to thank all the Spark Racing for putting on a great race. Everybody that was watching, thank you guys.
All right. We do appreciate it. That is third place finisher, Dylan LeBeau, newcomer to Spark, and he's been, Dylan LeBeau. He's been making a name for himself here, and we're glad to have him. Another good finish. So go on and celebrate with your people, and yeah, we'll talk to you soon.
Alrighty, thank you guys.
All right, so Chase, we'll let you take Evan.
Oh, he's already here. Sweet. Evan, welcome to the podium. I feel like we just got done talking to you, How'd your race go?
I mean, it went okay. Didn't qualify good at all. Was the last car to make it in on qualifying, and then just avoided some wrecks there at the start. Kind of was involved in one of them. I don't know. I haven't looked at a replay, see if it was my fault or not. Kind of after the wreck, it was all kind of on the front stretch, 4 wide, and I don't know if I got into somebody and they spun, and then Sean got involved. But sorry that happened. But then from then on, it was just kind of cutting my way through the field, and that long green flag run felt like I was kind of pacing Justin as good as you can, and kind of faster than the 27 in front of me for a little while there, and then kind of knew I got my stuff a little bit hot in phases, and then let the 16 catch me, and then had to cool him down and make a charge again, and then caution kind of came. I thought that caution came at the right time, and then Justin took the top. So then I lost a spot to the 16, and then thought the next caution was going to come out. I was going to be set, and he'd take the top again. Then he took the bottom. So then I kind of had to fight for that third spot. Was able to get by the 27. And then from then on, it was kind of just getting by the 16, and then getting set up for that green-white checkered at the end. And kind of thought, oh, well, we'll just see what we got. And I kind of told you guys that before the restart. And then tried giving myself as much of an advantage as possible, and then didn't get a good restart, but tried to capitalize on Justin's mistake off of 2, and just didn't have enough time with the caution coming out there, so didn't get to see what I could have done if I wanted to try something out there in 3 and 4 on the white flag. So nobody will ever know, I guess, but good to come home with a P2.
Yeah. Oh, you had a good run. Anybody want to thank and everything?
You guys for putting the broadcast on. Johnny and all the Spark guys who put the league on. Sam for being the race control. Rescreened for being the title sponsor. Evan Pienta Designs. My teammates over on F Scott Motorsports, and all of the IUP UI gang, all in Indy. So.
Well, that was your second place finisher, Evan Pienta, aka the Pinata, because everybody beats him all the time. But all right, good run.
Okay, I'm guessing catching strays then from Chase Berry.
All right.
Congratulations on your second place, slap in the face. Jesus, Chase.
So, do you want to take the winner, Justin?
Yeah, come on, bring him on.
All right, it's going to take
Justin on Justin action.
Maybe take me a second because he's way the hell up here.
Oh, he's broadcast. Or he's...
Yeah. So there we go.
Justin Brooks. It's Justin Wilson in the broadcast booth, man. I mean, hell of a race. Hell of a race. Really, you started 10th place with the invert after getting the pole. I mean, tell me what was going on driving through the field there, those closing laps, and just narrowly missing that big crash.
It's just about being smart and just trying to pace yourself at the beginning. I mean, if you could go for a gap, go for it, but just try to avoid the risks. I knew that some of the guys that's getting inverted to front, something would happen. It did last week, and I had deja vu with it happen in front of me. But I just, like I said, just was smart, made myself get through the wreck unscathed, and just try to position myself to take advantage of every position I could going forward and set the guys up for passes like I wanted to, and get myself in the front, and then control the race, run my pace I wanted to, and save tires a little bit and go when I need to go.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of saving tires, I mean, was tires a big part in this race? I mean, it definitely seen some cars getting a little loose. I think I seen you getting a little loose on that last restart there. But I mean, was tire wear a big deal there at the end?
Yeah, I was messing around that last restart. I knew the race was over, but yeah, before then, if you drove the absolute crap out of the car, you definitely would spin the right rear on the exit of the corner for the most part. If you overheated the right rear, you would start getting loose entry to center. Because I tried it in practice. I tried going hard for a few laps. It's like, okay, I need to back it down in the race, and that's what I was watching with Ryan and them when they're behind me. Like, I was trying to run my pace, but I was watching his car just get sideways because he was getting the gas way harder than me, and I knew when we had that long run I was going to be able to gap him because my right rear is still good. I still had 59% on it, which is pretty darn good, I think, after 100 laps. But yeah, it's like I said, it just really depends on the track, depends on the temperature and all that, and it was real hot in there, so yeah, it definitely came into effect.
Well, I will say, man, I mean, you put on a good dominating performance there. I mean, once you set up those passes, I mean, it was a challenge. But like I said, at the end of this race, everyone was running pretty cool lap times, and it was good long green run, and you were able to really see, the strengths in people saving tires and stuff. So just want to congratulate you on the win, man. Is anybody you'd like to thank?
Yeah, thank you guys, obviously, for putting this on. Put it on for anybody out there who's spectating. I'm sure there's several of them out there. There is every week. Thanks Spark Racing League for having a great place to race. I absolutely love it. Always enjoy coming back and running with all these guys. I've gotten accustomed to a bunch of them. I never even raced them before I came in this league, and now I consider them good pals and stuff. It's really fun, again, to race with them every single week, even with the inverts. It's a little hairy at times, but it's still fun. It's all the name of the game. Thank everybody again out there watching. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Well, thank you, man. Go on and enjoy your win with your pals, as you call them, man.
I'm old, man.
Great race, great win, man.
Thank you, buddy.
Good one.
All right, that was he's still here. Hang on, I'm gonna have to move you twice.
It's all good, man. Well, regardless, that's your winner for tonight's race, Justin Brooks. I'm gonna turn it over to Johnny Rapp.
All right, yeah. So another that was quite a bit better of a race than last week, right? So we still had our moments, but all in all, a good show, right? And obviously the cream rises to the top, right? We had other than the Phillips brothers, like the fast guys were there at the end, and yeah, I mean it's definitely fun to watch, definitely fun to call. I know I'm probably a little off tonight, right? But definitely good that we had Justin in here tonight. Let's run through the results here real quick. We'll go back and kind of put this at a random part during the race. But yeah, so obviously Justin Brooks, Evan Pianta, Dylan LeBeau, your top three. Devin Jack coming home fourth. Devin does a lot to help us out. He's one of the admins, so shout out to him. Good run. Sean Johnson, able to rebound from his embarrassing moment last week, I would say. Coming home fifth. Really good showing. We're used to seeing him up front. Then the first of the Phillips in sixth, Ryan. Robert Broff's another really good run tonight. Philip Matthews, James Barker, and Lucas Longmire coming home in 10th.
Hey, man, I'm going to finish this thing off. I know with Scotty Phillips finishing in 11th, David Hill finishing 13th. 12th. RJ Williams, I mean, he went through a lot this race, but to bring home a 13th, it's good on him. Been in multiple crashes and getting some pretty heated battles throughout the race. Matthew Karakov, I hope I said that right, finishing off 14th. Limping that one home after that big crash out of turn 4. Same thing with Justin Skink. Oh man, I'm gonna massacre that. I'm just gonna call him Justin Shank. I call him. Man, sorry, I'm horrible with names.
I gave you all the bad ones, all the ones that are rough.
Yeah, P15, and he's the one that went airborne and was still able to bring it home on the lead lap. So that's good on that one. 44, Bob Belshaw finishing 16th. AJ Maglio in the 03, one of the ones that got turned, finished 5 laps down, 17th. Dylan Potts 18th. Jake Maki in 19th. Aiden Neese with the computer issues, which I know that sucks, but he's still finished 9 laps down, finished in 20th. Curtis Carnes in 21st. William Cameron, Anthony Rosella, and then Dade rounding off 24th place. I mean, like you said, Johnny, I mean, this was a good race. That long green run was needed. Like you said, how the season's been going, that was really needed. It really showed where our strengths and weaknesses are from some of these drivers and what they can learn going into the next week for the doubleheader.
Yeah, and that's a great point to bring up, right? We're going to bring the schedule up, I think. Is this the schedule? No, it's not. I thought I had it on here. Here it is.
Yeah, get it together, Johnny.
Yeah. So obviously we have races 1 and 2 done. We have the double header at Urbandale, right? So we're running both the short track and the long track next week. Well,
at the same time, right?
yeah. So it's going to be a little bit different format. We'll post that to all of our drivers, but yeah, it's going to be essentially a double points week, right? We wanted to do 10 races this season, and somebody threw the idea out there to do a double header. So, hey, let's try it out, right? You know, but yeah, a little shorter races. They're both the inner is going to be interesting. The outer is sort of more like this, right? Like a big track. You might be able to move up a little bit. I think that's that Highline track, ain't it? Like mid to high.
Yeah, I think it's
usually
Highline.
it's like a mid to
Highline
Highline
1,
groove, yeah.
Yeah, bottom apron and 3 and 4.
Yeah, so they're both going to be really good races, I think. And yeah, then we move on. We got, you know, back to your normal kind of short track deal. We got South Boston, North Wilkesboro. Then we throw that curveball in. And we got Aberschleben. I'm still pronouncing that wrong. I'm not even sure what country it's in. But yeah, that's going to be fun. From my testing, it's kind of like a more unique Watkins Glen, right? There's a couple more turns, but it kind of drives like that. It's going to be super fun to see these guys go out in the late models and see what they can do there. Then we finish off with Nashville Fairgrounds, New Smyrna, and Five Flag Speedway. Oh, no, Five Flags, and then IRP. New Smyrna. I'm not from Florida. Y'all are going to crucify me for that, but yeah.
We are.
Yeah, so ending it off at IRP, another big track with, you know, maybe mid to high line, but yeah, it's going to be a really good season. And man, we had a really good race here tonight. We're looking forward to next week. It's going to be a little chaotic. Don't forget, you know, hey, it's free to join. Before this, we run a preliminary series hosted by Benson Weaver with #1 hero cards. And it's street stocks, right? So it kind of mirrors the schedule. Sometimes it's like, you know, a short track instead of a bigger track or whatever. But yeah, it's free to join. The winner of each race gets $5, and then the guy with the most top fives at the end of the season gets $15. Kind of just a fun run, but everybody's welcome. So if you're interested in that, come on out and send us a message, and we'll try to get you in there. Sorry. Yeah. So with that said, we're going to send off once again with our Truck Series promo. That runs Wednesday nights. You'll be able to see me, Chase, and Justin racing at Texas Motor Speedway this Wednesday. Last week was a really good show. It's worth watching. And yeah, thank everybody for coming out here tonight. This is Johnny Rapp for Chase Berry and Justin Wilson. Have a nice night.